Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co Daily FX Market Review for the trading day ending Wednesday, September 21st. Firstly to the US dollar index futures, and here we see the market testing two higher levels early in the trading day, testing up to the resistance level at 96.31.5, being very strongly rejected from there today and closing back within the Ichimoku cloud. A bearish close, sellers in control, but support coming in at the bottom of the cloud around the 95.31 level. We do have very strong support down below the cloud, down around 95.23, and below there at the Kijun Sen at 95.17. With the market closing within the cloud, we still maintain a neutral bias in the longer term time frame. We do have just a slightly bullish bias in the medium term time frame by trading above the Kijun Sen, this pink indicator, and we are just slightly trading down below the Tenkan Sen, giving us a bearish indication in the short term time frame, the Tenkan Sen being that green indicator. In terms of the Chikou span, that's within the corresponding price action, so it's suggesting that there is a distinct lack of momentum in this market in that medium-term time frame. So not a good market to be trading at the moment. What we want to see is a breakout in either direction, and just bearing in mind that if we do have a breakout down below this flat part of the cloud, we need to be rather cautious. We need to have some confirmation, because breakouts from flat parts of the cloud can be false breakouts. So what we want to do is require a bearish breakout in this case, and some strong bearish follow through. But at the moment, not a good market to be trading. We want to see a close either above or below the Ichimoku cloud. And looking at the bands here, and the bands really do highlight the lack of clear direction in this market in that medium-term time frame. We've seen a mean reversion back towards the middle of the bands, holding a support. If we do test down to the lower band, watching for support there, 95.14, and if the market bounces off this support area, watching the upper band at 95.87 to hold as resistance. We did previously break out to the upside. We didn't see the required strong follow-through or the previous swing high being taken out, and the bands are still squeezing and suggesting we still need to be preparing for some strong trending activity, and certainly suggesting at the moment that we're not seeing that yet. And to the US dollar index futures on the hourly charts, and we did see some bullish activity early in the trading session, the Tenkan Sen holding as support, the market bouncing off there with a very strong bullish candle, finding resistance at the second pivot point resistance level, but the formation of that indecisive doji candle there, which was a potential bearish harami pattern, saw the reversal pattern confirmed, and sellers come into the market, breaking down through the Tenkan Sen support, finding support at the Kijun Sen, then eventually breaking to the downside down below there. We then eventually saw some strong selling in the latter part of the trading session, testing down through to the second pivot point support level. At the moment in the new session, we are seeing selling coming in, sellers in control, trading down below each of the Ichimoku indicators, giving us a bearish market in all three timeframes. Importantly, the Ichimoku cloud remains thin for the majority of the trading day, so if the buyers are strong enough, they may be able to rally through that cloud. But the cloud does move quite significantly higher later in the session, and if we maintain price activity down at these lower levels, as we move into that latter part of the session, we may see the buyers attempt to mean revert, because the depth of price action away from the cloud may be a little too far away, and we may see the market rally back towards that cloud. If we do, looking to resistance around the middle pivot point level at 95.68.7. Next to the euro US dollar, and here we see a bullish candle today, buyers in control, but on a change of trend, or a continuation of the trend to the downside. This previous black body candle had started that trend, and we hadn't seen any confirmed change of trend previously. But with the buyers being in control, there is a possibility of a change of trend to the upside, and we are seeing that perhaps form in this current candle. Now, as we are seeing this market attempt to rally in the new session, we are seeing resistance coming in at the Tenkan Sen indicator, which trades around this 112 region. So a very important area of resistance for this market. If we see bullish activity above there, we could end up trading up to the Kijun Sen, which may provide strong resistance at 112.44. If we see any downside, watching for support to come in around the Ichimoku cloud. But the cloud is very thin for the next day or two, and there is an opportunity here for the sellers if they are strong enough. 111.60 111.60 just below the cloud may provide some strong support for this market today as well. And in terms of the hourly charts with the Euro-US dollar, and here we saw the market selling off early in the trading session, finding strong support down at the first pivot point support level, rallying off there to eventually break out through the top of the cloud, but to find resistance at the first pivot point resistance level. In this news session, we have opened above the cloud, so a bullish market in all three timeframes, trading above the Kijun Sen and the Tenkan Sen. We are seeing some selling coming in this hour that is forming, looking to support to come in at the top of the cloud for the next few hours around 111.81, and then as we move into about 3-4 hours time, support at the first pivot point support level, which coincides with the top of the cloud for the remainder of the trading day at 111.68.